back. I reached out, I called them and said, hey guys, okay, what's up? What's happening? Did you manage to secure a court date? And they did tell me, okay, we managed to secure a court date for you for the 17th of February. Then we'll give you feedback 7 days before that on what needs to be done and all that, And I had to wait again until I think the 9th or something so for of Feb. I called back again to find out, okay, guys, what's happening? They told me that, okay, no, we did get feedback from the court. You guys do not need to appear in court because the contract. Hello, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Likamarami ngim Tabu Mongezi and welcome, and I am Tabu Mongezi. Yes. If you are a new subscriber, new viewer, you are definitely welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as you are watching. And if you're the Goldie Oldie, thank you so much for the love, for the support. I love you, I see you, and I appreciate you. So yeah, guys, without wasting any time, I did part 1 on how my divorce process started and all that. So, and I said I'm gonna come back with part 2. If you watched part 1, I've ended where I was talking about this guys who wanted 20,000 me to pay them to proceed with the divorce and all that, and it was meant to be a free service according to my knowledge, because it's I don't know if it's a government thing or something like that, but yeah. So I said I'm gonna come back with part 2 on how I actually had or got to have my divorce granted. Yeah, so Pelela, where I was telling you, okay, me and my ex had to go back to the drawing board on actually looking for a private lawyer who's going to assist us in getting divorced. So on my side, what I did is I went back to the drawing board and I went to Google, and Google became my friend, because I said, I don't love doing things online. I prefer going there and asking. But now that when I did it, it was a lot of work, and also it failed. So I went back to Google, and what you'll be surprised to see what I typed when I was searching there, because what I searched there, I remember what I said, the cheapest lawyers for uncontested divorce. Guys, like honestly, I had to type that because I didn't have that money. Like I didn't have the 20,000 rand, and I don't have that money. So I had to type that. I had to be specific with the cheapest lawyer I can find, to actually help me with that. So some websites, like some businesses, they'll want you to put your personal details, so they can get back to you. So I found this law firm based in Sandton, and I did put my details there. I think I did on 3 different law firms. Put my details for a call back, because they will call you back, so they take you to whatever stage. So I did put my details there, and I think 2 of those law firms got back to me, and I had to now ask questions and how much the overall cost will be for an uncontested divorce. Because remember, we, as I said before, we do not have kids, we don't have a car, house that wants to be, or things that maybe wants to be split and all that, besides just if it's not my UIF, my provident funds and all that, So I got the quotations from 2 law firms, and the other one seemed cheaper than the other one. And I said, okay, let me just go for the cheaper one, because that is the whole aim, and I do not have the money. So, okay, I got this law firm. They called and they gave me the cheaper quotation, and they said to me, for an uncontested divorce, it will be around about 8 to 10,000 rand, if we are not fighting or disputing and all that mess. And I said, okay, that can work for me. And I went back to my ex-husband. I went back to him. I said, hey, I found a law firm, and this is the amount that they're saying is. And those guys will send me they will tell me, I need to call them back if I want to book for consultation, And also remember, guys, my lawyers, whether you want to meet them, whether you want to use them or not, a consultation fee they wanted. They want a consultation fee. And I remember the consultation fee for me to meet up with for me to meet up with the lawyer, I had to pay 1,700 and something, I think, if I'm not mistaken, to meet up with the lawyer to discuss everything and all that. Because what they do when they call you, they just highlight the possibilities of what might be what or how it might go, but they don't give you the full details or all the details. So they just tell you, okay, it might be around about this amount or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they don't give you the full details so that it works in their favor also, so that you can meet up with them and they get your catching. So whether you use their services or not, they still gained something from you for that 1 hour. So they wanted 1,000, I think 700 and something for consultation. So me and my ex said, okay, cool, let's go half, you know, for the consultation fee. We went half for the consultation fee. We paid the guys, we set up an appointment because those guys are based in Sandton, and my ex was on the other side of the world. I was on the other side of the world. The only place that could work for us was Pretoria. So we set up an appointment. We went to Men Lane with the guys. We met at Men Lane. From there, we had a consultation with the guy, because I also told my ex to come and join in, so that he doesn't think that maybe I'm probably playing games, you know, with him, or I'm trying to outsmart and all that, because I wanted also to be as transparent as I can be, because I honestly didn't want any drama. I honestly didn't want us fighting. In as much as things ended, I still didn't want like a bad blood and all that, you know. I just wanted us to be adults about the whole thing. And yeah, I told him that. We met Men Lane with the lawyer. The lawyer discussed everything, you know, with him, with me. And now, because I'm the one who was using those guys, or who reached out to those guys, so I was more like their client than my ex. So we met up with the guys, and they told us everything that we needed to know then. And they told us that if we were fighting and all that, it will probably be more. But since we are not fighting, it can be like about 10,000 rand. But now they are going to minus that consultation fee from the 10,000 rand. So we're going to pay the difference, you know. And also listen attentively, né? So we're going to pay the difference from that 10,000 rand, which would be like 8,000, maybe 3 or 200 and something. So okay, cool, that worked. And we had an agreement with my ex that, okay, we're gonna pay half. So now the guy said, we asked, okay, how quick can this be? They said that is now dependent on you guys. The quicker you make the payments, the faster the process and all that. So now how this guys worked with our case is that each time they will do something, or maybe draft a contract, an agreement between me and my ex, and signing everything and stuff, they'll send an invoice. Because, okay, us doing this one task, it's this much. And us going to the next stage of sending summons and what to this one is this much. Us going to submit and file whatever at the court is this much. Us appearing or going to the court is this much. There's also invoices of emails. One thing about lawyers is that there's nothing for free. They charge you from an email that they send you, from them driving to one place to the next, from them, I think, sending you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were charging literally for everything, you know, so there were no free services. But also it's something that I think we've prepared ourselves for. It's okay, this is what we're opting for, and we're gonna try and do that and see how it goes. And yeah, I think that's one thing that prolonged the divorce, because it was from, we started with that process, I think, in June, July, you know. So now it meant monthly payments to these guys, because we spoke to the guys and told the guys, okay, we cannot afford to pay that amount on one go, but we can split it in payments, like monthly payments, and see how that works out. And, you know, so we had monthly payments. And yeah, you know, one thing is, yeah, we had an agreement with my ex, because he's gonna pay half, I'm gonna pay half. But yeah, you know, he didn't keep the end of his stick. But yeah, he had his own reasons, of course. And yeah, it is life. I wanted this, and I believe, Gucci, I had to push also on my end to try and see it to end, you know, because as people who have our own commitments, we've got other things that are maybe more important than the others and stuff. And maybe on his side, he was held on his own, he had his own things to do that were important on his end. And now this on my end was also so important. So I'm the one who wanted to stop it, because I wanted to move on with my life, or to start building or rebuilding my life. So this was my main focus. He probably had his own important things to focus on or deal with, but this was my thing that I wanted to do. So I couldn't wait for him or for him to do whatever that he needed to do on his end. So I pushed on my end. So that means now the months are going to be longer, because whatever that I'm contributing towards the divorce monthly is now pushed longer, So it was that, it was monthly payments. It was very frustrating because you could not really tell, how much you need to pay, because they didn't have a specific amount that you need to pay every month. This month they'll send you an invoice, you'll find that it's maybe 2.5. Next month they'll send you an invoice, it's 3.5. The other month they'll send you an invoice, it's 1,000 something, So it was an on and off amount. So I couldn't really work it out or have a solid or one amount to say, okay, monthly I've got 1,005 that I need to pay towards these people, because each task they did required a different amount. So I was paying that every month until the last payment that we needed to pay for appearance, for the lawyer to appear in court and like stand as us and all that, So yeah, it was that. The guys on my side, I think it had a bit of also frustrations, because when now I rounded off all the amounts that has been paid towards this divorce, was not now the 10,000 rand that we had an agreement on or spoke about. I think we ended up paying about like 14,000, over like almost 14,000 or so, because now they were sending back and forth invoices. But now when you're adding everything, it was now more. You understand? And also, the one thing that I think we missed is them sending us an invoice and an email in writing that it cost 10,000 rand. But now, because it was a verbal agreement, now it's two different things. There was now a misunderstanding. It's now, it was 10,000 rand excluding VAT. When they say, when things are excluding VAT, because you're going to pay more. That means that's not the amount that you see. That means you're still going to pay now an extra amount for the VAT. And now those extra things that they do, the emails that they keep sending you and stuff, that come at a charge, at a cost. So it was that. So it pushed to that amount. I think about 14,000 rand. So the last payment that I paid, I think was month end November, if I'm not mistaken. Was last year November, and the guy said, okay, we're gonna get your court date, but because it was festive, my court avalwa apparently, so they said, okay, courts will be closed and stuff, but as soon as you open in Jan, we're gonna secure you a court date and take it from there. So it was just me having my festive and all that. So in Jan, I got back, I reached out, I called them and said, hey guys, okay, what's up, what's happening, did you manage to secure a court date? And they did tell me, okay, we managed to secure a court date for you for the 17th of February. Then we'll give you feedback 7 days before that on what needs to be done and all that, And I had to wait again until I think the 9th or something, so of Feb. I called back again to find out, okay guys, what's happening. They told me that, okay, no, we did get feedback from the court. You guys do not need to appear in court, because the contract, or the statement that you guys wrote and all that, they will stand as you in court. So there's no need for you guys to be there. So there was no need for me or my ex-husband to appear in court. So it was that the same day, later on the 17th, I called, because I couldn't call on the 17th because I didn't know what time was the case and all that. So I called later and they told me that my divorce was granted. Guys, the relief, I was going through something at work, but I screamed because I was so happy. I was so relieved, and because earlier that day I was so anxious in knowing what will be the outcome. What are the chances of them declining? What are the chances of them, because sometimes Bati, they can say, no, this case is not done enough, you can still work around it and all that. But yeah, the divorce was granted, and I was so relieved. I was so relieved. I think that is one chapter in my life I badly wanted it to be closed. I wanted to close that chapter because I think it came with a lot. It was a life-changing experience, and I wanted to say, okay, I've done this in my life. Yes, it's time for me to seal it and close it completely and reclaim or go back to and rebirth Yatabo, So that was that, And one thing is that is tricky is my lawyers, that one thing I've realized that okay, each and every email that you send, that they give you feedback, they were charging. Number one, number two, I think also what was a bit frustrating on my end, the communication. I was the one who was constantly on the follow-up, calling and finding out, guys, what's this case, what's that case, what's what, so I was constantly doing the follow-up. And one thing that is also important is to have a paper trail. I think things, they're easier done when you have a paper trail. You've done everything on email, because you can always go back to saying, oh, on this day this is what I did, so that someone cannot lie and say, no, but you didn't do 1 2 3 4 5. Because I remember there is where they said to me, oh, you didn't submit 1 2 3 4 5, you're still waiting for it. I said, no, but this was submitted long time ago, because there are certain forms, like papers that I need to go to the police station to have them signed, stamped, and submitted back to them and stuff. So yeah, guys, I think I hope I gave you a clarity or an idea of the whole process, how it goes about the divorce, So yeah, you get a lawyer who does everything for you. But one thing is also, they keep the marriage certificate. They take the marriage certificate. Where they take it, I do not know. So yeah, they take the marriage certificate, so you can forget about that, and after that you wait for the divorce decree that says, okay, certificate get now sakho divorcing, and you have a marriage certificate, so certificate gets divorce is also okay, divorce, so after that you wait for that, and that is that, but I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved to go see it is a chapter of my life that I can leave. I'm saying that I can tell the tale. It's okay. I was once married, and yeah, life happened. I'm now a divorce. I don't, that's one thing I don't like. Now I'm gonna have to, everywhere I sign, I'm gonna have to say I'm a divorcee. You understand? But now, well, it is life. There's nothing I can do. So yeah. But now it's having to go back to Home Affairs and sorting that, because I haven't gotten to go to Home Affairs and sort that part of my life, where now the new ID and me declared divorce and all that mess. But those are just minor things. But the elephant now, I say, like, it's out of the room, like this divorce thing was the one that's hanging. I think that felt that it was hanging over my life, but now it's sorted, done. So even if I were to plan to get married, sasa saying a shot again, because that part is done, it's done, sealed, and that is that. But yeah, guys, it was that. But one thing I can tell you guys, is that get married in community of property, and find out. But that's a topic for another day. There are still so many things that I want us to talk about where marriage is concerned, because I feel good sometimes without knowing a lot of things. Siangena without knowing a lot of things, and some of the things you find out when you are married, some of the things you find out when you are divorcing. So that is the tricky thing about a marriage. It's a beautiful thing and all that, but there are certain things that we don't know. So yeah, guys, that will be something that we'll also tap into, so that we shed some light. And I think, I'll be speaking on most of these things based on my own personal experience. I'm not gonna be talking about things that I saw on Google and things that I was told by someone else. I'm gonna talk about things that I experienced, because on my side, even when I went to check for divorce things and all that, you can hardly find things online, unless it's things that were written by who long time ago. But you want things where you can relate to, that you feel good. Okay, this person went through 1 2 3 4 5. This was their solution, or this is how they came out of that situation. You understand? So those are the things that you hardly find online. People don't post about such, by Tula, and we don't also do a lot of research when we're embarking on such things like marriage and all that. Only when you're going through divorce, then you realize, I shot myself in the foot, on the foot. But yeah, guys, it is that. We're gonna tap into these topics and shed some light, and skulisane, and yeah, you can learn from my experience, and that is it. I've got no shame at all. I remember that also me and my friends, we used to make joke about it. Oh, I'm a return soldier. Guys, I'm still a return soldier, very much healthy, very much alive, very much strong, and yeah. And yeah, it is that. But then, do I see myself, because like also a lot of people will be asking, do I see myself getting married again? But anyway, please do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment, guys, on the commenting space. And yeah, guys, it is mega love from me to you. I love you.